I've been hearing a lot about white privilege lately.
About how white women have things so much easier than every other people.
That because of the color of my skin, things are simply handed to me.
I guess we have the privilege of having unwanted immigration forced into our lands, being hated and blamed for all of the world's problems.
And footing the bill for all of it.
I guess we had the privilege of being enslaved to the Barbary pirates,
Ottoman Turks,
and countless others throughout history.
And that privilege still carries over to today. I guess we also had the privilege of having our myths, legends, and folktales culturally appropriated by non-whites.
White women of childbearing age are only 2% of the world's population.
Yet we are encouraged to breed outside of our race.
Or forfeit having children altogether.
Because we'll just be adding more racist carbon consumers to the world.
White women are attacked just for walking down the street.
1 in 4 Swedish women will be raped in her lifetime. And she's not being raped by other Swedes.
White women are being raped in broad daylight,
while onlookers do nothing.
White women are currently enslaved in Israel,
and raped repeatedly,
day and night, without any hope for escape.
We are actually told that a white woman can't be raped, because she is the oppressor, and oppressors can't be raped.
We are victims of hate crime, but the world falls silent. No one seems to care when it happens to a white person.
The world applauds as our race dies.
And our people's souls are broken.
Femen, funded by the Jew George Soros, pits white women against their own men. Taught to hate our fathers and despise our brothers through relentless bashing of the hetero-white male. They advocate for Islam, a religion that cuts off the clitorises of little girls and requires their women to be covered from head to toe.
Yet they are marching around bare-breasted? What is going on?
The media programs women into thinking the Sex and the City lifestyle is ideal.
And traditional gender roles are oppressive and backwards.
We are taught by Jewish feminists that motherhood is oppressive and that we need to leave the house to go work in a cubicle, a strip club, or wait tables for mindless consumers and serve anyone but our own family.
This is freedom from oppression?
Wake up. A war is being waged against you. It is time to finally take action.
We will not accept the anti-white lies and propaganda put forth by the media.
We will not stand by and watch as our people are shamed and demoralized, and as our countries are ruined.
We will not be collectively punished for the supposed sins of our ancestors. Learn about the real history of our people. Not the vicious lies inserted into our books, TV shows, magazines, and movies.
Question the mainstream narrative. Research white genocide.
Demand justice for our folk.
Have the uncomfortable conversation with your family about racial realities. We're running out of time.
We need you.
I've been thinking a lot about a phrase I've been hearing, that anti-racist is just a code word for anti-white.
It's starting to make sense. They say that they're anti-racist, but what they really are is anti-white.
Think about it. Nobody says that a black neighborhood needs more diversity.
Nobody says that an Asian neighborhood needs diversity.
White neighborhoods and only white neighborhoods are said to need more diversity.
Nobody says that a black church needs more diversity.
Nobody says that Asian churches need more diversity.
White churches and only white churches need more diversity.
Black pride is seen as good and healthy and normal. Asian pride is seen as good, healthy, and normal.
But if I show pride in my race, the white race, I'm said to be a Nazi who wants to kill 6 million Jews.
If a black woman wants to date inside her race, that's acceptable. If an Asian woman wants to date inside her race, that's acceptable.
But if I want to date and marry within my race, the white race, I'm called the R word.
Black politicians are openly admitting that they are working towards the best interests of their people. Hispanic politicians are openly admitting that they are working towards the best interests of their people.
If a white politician were to openly admit that they were working in the best interest of their people, there would be a national scandal, a public outcry, and would be kicked out of office.
Throughout elementary school, junior high, high school, and college, I was told that my race, the white race, was the cause of all the world's problems. Now, many of you had jobs where minorities say things that would get you, as a white person, instantly fired.
This conditioning is done to white people and only white people. White children and only white children are being affected by this, and only white countries are doing this.
The Aztecs conquered many surrounding Native American tribes, practiced human sacrifice, and held slaves.
Yet anti-racists don't say that Mexicans must apologize forever and have their lands forcibly flooded with non-Mexicans and be forced to assimilate.
The Ottoman Empire attacked white Slavs and took many of them as slaves, so much that we get the word slave from the Slavs.
Yet anti-racists don't say that the Turks must apologize forever and have their lands flooded with non-Turks.
World history is a rainbow of violence.
Yet all whites, and only whites, are demonized for this violence. Anti-racism is the code word for anti-white. Resist this conditioning by using this mantra.
Africa for the Africans, Asia for the Asians, white countries for everyone.
Everybody says that there's this race problem. Everybody says that this race problem will only be solved when the third world pours into white countries, and only white countries.
The Netherlands and Belgium are just as crowded as Japan and Taiwan, but nobody says that Japan and Taiwan will solve this race problem by bringing in millions of third worlders and, quote, assimilating, unquote, with them.
Everybody says that the final solution to this race problem is for every white country, and only white country, to assimilate, i.e., intermarry with all those non-whites.
What if I said that there was this race problem, and that this race problem would only be solved if millions of non-blacks were brought into every black country, and only black countries?
How long would it take anyone to realize I'm not talking about a race problem? I'm talking about the final solution to the black problem.
And how long would it take any sane black man to notice this? And what kind of psycho black man wouldn't object to this?
But if I tell the obvious truth about the ongoing program of genocide against my race, the white race,
The obvious truth about the ongoing program of genocide against my race,
The ongoing program of genocide against my race, the white race,
But if I tell the obvious truth about the ongoing program of genocide against my race, the white race, liberals and respectable conservatives agree that I'm a Nazi who wants to kill 6 million Jews.
they say they are anti-racist, but what they are is anti-white.
Anti-racist is a code word for anti-white.